Ever seen a spider that glows like a disco ball? Yeah, I have. And it's not just a Halloween costume. These spiders actually glow in the dark like some kind of nature glow stick. So how do they find their way around when the lights are off? Do they use a flashlight? No, they're not that fancy, they just glow and that's it. But here's the kicker, they're not just glowing for show. They're using their light to find their way through the dark like a natural flashlight. So next time you see a glow-in-the-dark spider, don't just stare. Ask yourself, are they trying to impress a date or are they just lost in the dark? And if you ever see one, remember, it's not a superhero. It's just a spider with a light bulb for a brain and a serious case of I'm not scared of the dark. So what exactly are we talking about? We're not talking about spiders that glow like disco balls in the dark. We're talking about spiders that kind of glow a little in the dark, like they've been dipped in glow stick juice and left out in the sun. These aren't the spiders you see in your bathroom at night. These are the ones that live in caves or under rocks, where it's super dark, and they need to find their way around without any light at all. So we're not talking about spiders that light up a room. We're talking about spiders that have a tiny bit of light inside them, like a battery that's been charged by sunlight, and now helps them navigate in the dark. It's not like they have a lantern. They're just using the little bit of light they've stored up to find their way, like a flashlight that's been left on for a while and is now flickering. So the question is, how do they use that tiny bit of light to find their way? Well, that's what we're about to find out. But first, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what we're even talking about. So why should you care about glowing spiders? Well, imagine if your fridge had a light and you could see what's inside without opening it. That's basically what these spiders are doing. You're not just watching a weird thing, you're witnessing nature's version of a night light. Also, think about how you're not just looking at a spider, you're looking at a tiny scientist with a glowing flashlight. It's like a tiny, spooky version of a nightlight that also knows how to avoid getting eaten. Pretty cool, right? And here's the real kicker. If they can glow in the dark, maybe they're also glowing in the dark of your mind. Like maybe they're the reason you suddenly remember your keys in the dark. You're welcome. Also, if you're into creepy crawlies, this is basically spider trivia that makes you sound super smart at parties. You can impress your friends with facts about glowing spiders and sound like a scientist with a weird hobby. So yeah, you should secretly care about glowing spiders because they're basically nature's nightlight, tiny scientists, and the reason you can find your keys in the dark. Plus, they're weirdly awesome. You're welcome. Okay, let's jump back to the 1800s. Spiders were just like the creepy cousins at the party. No one really knew what they were up to except they were always spinning webs. No glowy stuff, just a bunch of silk and drama. Then in 1900, some smart guy named Darwin was like, hey, maybe these spiders are just doing their thing, not trying to be mysterious. But no one took him seriously. Everyone was still too busy being scared of eight-legged aliens. By the 1950s, scientists finally started zooming in with microscopes. They realized spiders aren't just creepy, they're like tiny architects building their own apartments. Still no glow though, just a whole lot of silk and secrets. Then in 1970, someone finally said, wait, these spiders don't glow, but maybe they have some other way of seeing in the dark. And boom, the whole spider navigation mystery started getting solved, one tiny web at a time. So yeah, from 1800's creepy cousins to 1970's science sleuths, spiders have been sneaking around in the dark, and humans have been slowly figuring out how. It's like a 200-year-long mystery with a happy ending, mostly. So imagine you're a spider, and it's pitch black like your sock drawer. You can't see anything but you still find your way around like a pro. But wait, you're not using your eyes. You're using something called bioluminescence, which is like having a tiny light bulb inside your body. So even though you can't see, you're basically a spider with a built-in light. And that light helps you find your way home. It's like having a tiny lantern in your tummy, and you use it to light up the dark so you don't get lost. So glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't just glowing. They're basically tiny explorers with built-in flashlights. Okay, so first up, these spiders don't have a flashlight or a glow stick. They just have this special thing called luciferase, which is like a glowy juice inside their bodies. It's not like a light bulb, it's more like a tiny glowing jellyfish inside them. But wait, how do they even get that glow? Well, they're basically nature's own glow-in-the-dark stickers. They absorb light during the day, like a human charging a phone, and then they glow at night like a phone that's out of battery but still trying to light up. So the setup is kind of like a spider version of a night light. They're not really seeing the world, but they're using their glow to maybe find mates or avoid predators. It's like a glowing disco ball in the spider world, and they're the only ones with the glow stick. But here's the twist. Their glow isn't super bright. It's more like a faint glow, like a candle in a dark room. They're not trying to light up the whole forest, they're just trying to be seen by their own kind. Kind of like how I try to be seen in a room full of people but mostly just get ignored. So the first step in their navigation is basically being a glowing lantern in the dark. They don't have eyes like us, but they're using light to maybe find each other or know where they are. It's like being a glow-in-the-dark emoji in a dark chat room. Okay, so they don't actually glow, they just reflect light. Like a mirror, but for spiders. They catch the light, and then it bounces around until it hits their eyes. It's like holding a flashlight up to a disco ball, but way cooler. Wait, but how do they know where the light is coming from? Oh right, they have these super sensitive eyes that can tell the direction of the light. It's like having a built-in compass, but with glow sticks instead of magnets. And here's the kicker, they don't need much light. Just a little bit like a night light. They're basically spider versions of night owls, but with a glowy glow stick instead of a sleep schedule. So when the light goes out, they can still see because they've stored some in their bodies. It's like a spider-sized glow stick, but with more legs and less danger. But don't get too comfy. They can't store light forever, and if the light disappears they're basically blind. So they're always hunting for more glow, like a spider version of a glow-up. So here's the twist. These spiders don't just glow, they also change how much they glow depending on where they are. It's like a little light meter for the dark. Imagine if your phone screen got brighter when you walked into a room, except the spider's doing it with bioluminescence. Super smart, right? This helps them not only see but also signal to other spiders. Kind of like a glow-in-the-dark Morse code. So it's not just about glowing, it's about controlling the light to navigate and communicate. Super cool, right? Next time you see a glowing spider, remember, they're not just spooky, they're basically tiny light-up explorers in the dark. So here's the real trick. These spiders aren't just glowing, they're also using their own kind of built-in GPS. Like a tiny squishy compass in their head. They use a mix of light and darkness to figure out where they're going, like a detective with a flashlight in a dark room. It's kind of like a spider version of I know where I am. And here's the kicker. They can actually change how much they glow depending on their surroundings. It's like a spider with a dimmer switch and a glow stick. So yeah, it's not just about looking cool, it's about survival. Glow like a lantern but don't get blinded by your own light. So the next time you see a glowing spider, give it a mental high five. It's not just a party trick, it's a whole science experiment in a tiny body. Okay, imagine your favorite glow-in-the-dark nightlight. It's super bright but only when it's dark. That's basically how these spiders work. They're like glow-in-the-dark stickers on the ceiling. But here's the twist, they don't just glow, they see the glow. Like if you put a nightlight in the corner, they'll walk straight to it. They're like, hey, that light is my GPS. So they're not actually seeing in the dark, they're just following the light. It's like if you were walking in a pitch black room with a flashlight, and you kept walking toward it. That's basically what they're doing. But wait, some of them are even smarter. They can detect the light from far away and adjust their path. They're like, I see the light, I'm not lost, I'm just trying to get to the party. So yes, they're not magical. They're just clever, glowing, and a little bit like you when you're trying to find your phone in the dark. But with more legs and less rage. So here's the part that sounds like a sci-fi movie, but it's actually real. These spiders don't just glow, they glow in a way that helps them see themselves. It's like having a tiny flashlight on your head. They use this light to kind of see their own body like a mirror. It's not like a regular mirror though, it's more like a glow-in-the-dark selfie stick. This helps them move around without tripping over their own legs. Imagine trying to dance in the dark while wearing glow-in-the-dark sneakers. You'd probably stumble, but these spiders, they're like the Spider-Man of the night. The glow also helps them spot other spiders. It's like having a neon sign that says I'm here, and I'm not afraid of the dark. And the best part, they don't need any batteries, just a little bit of light and they're good to go. Nature's got some weird, awesome tricks up its spider silk sleeves. Okay, so here's the thing, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow. They're just super stealthy. Like they're so good at hiding, even their glow stick friends can't find them. I mean, they do have some glowing bits, but it's more like a faint light show. Think of it as their version of a nightlight, just not very bright. So if you think they're glowing like a disco ball, you're kinda wrong. They're more like a low-key, unassuming glow-up. But hey, even if they don't glow super bright, they still manage to find their way around. So don't worry, they're not lost in the dark. They just glow quiet. So next time you see one, remember, glow isn't their superpower. It's just their stealth mode. And honestly, I'm still not sure if they're glowing or just really good at hiding. So here's the thing, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow. They just absorb light during the day and then glow a little at night. It's like when you eat a whole bag of chips, and then your face lights up in the dark. But wait, if they don't glow, how do they navigate? Well, they probably use the same tricks as all spiders. Webs, sensing vibrations, and maybe even a bit of luck. It's not like they're using a flashlight and a compass. Another myth is that they glow to scare off predators. But if they glow, how do they avoid getting eaten? It's like putting a neon sign on your forehead, and then hoping no one notices you're a snack. But here's the real kicker. Some spiders actually do glow. Not all, but a few species have special proteins that make them light up. It's like they're nature's version of a glow stick, but with more legs and less glitter. So the myth that they glow to navigate is busted. They glow for other reasons, and they navigate like normal spiders. Just like how you don't need a flashlight to walk through your house, you just remember where the walls are. So here's the thing, glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't just creepy crawlies with a light-up vibe. They're like the glowing night lights of the spider world, helping them find their way in the dark. You've probably seen them in your own home, just not realizing it. Ever seen a spider in your bathroom at night? Maybe you thought it was a ghost. Well, it might just be a glow-in-the-dark spider doing its thing while you're asleep. It's like a tiny, creepy nightlight in your shower. And get this, some of these spiders are in your garden glowing under the moonlight. You think you're seeing a firefly? Nope, it's a spider doing its own thing like a disco ball in the dark. Even your kitchen might have one. Maybe you've seen a spider glowing on your counter, and you thought it was a weird light bulb. It's just doing its job like a tiny lantern in the dark. So next time you see a glowing bug, don't freak out. It might just be a glow-in-the-dark spider doing its thing in the dark. And if you're not sure, just ask yourself, do I want to see a spider glow in the dark? Probably not. But it's cool anyway. So imagine a spider named Steve, who's got this glowy thing on his back, like a tiny disco ball. He's not just glowing, he's also blind. But somehow he still finds his way around like he's got a GPS in his head. Steve's not just glowing for show, he's using that light to see the world. It's like having a flashlight in your head, but you can't actually see anything. It's confusing, but he's still managing to not fall off the wall. It's like he's using the glow to light up the dark, not just for himself, but for the whole room. He's creating a path in the dark, and somehow, that's enough to find his way home. So even though he's blind, he's got this glowing light, and somehow it's helping him find his way. It's like a spider with a flashlight, but also a sense of direction. It's wild, but it works. So we're talking about the spider that's not just glowing, but glowing so hard it's basically a disco ball in the dark. Imagine a spider with a neon sign saying, I'm here, I'm glowing, I'm not afraid of the dark. This spider doesn't just glow. It's like a glowing disco ball spinning in the dark. It's like if a spider had a glow stick stuck to its belly and a disco light show on repeat. Scientists say this spider is basically the glow-in-the-dark equivalent of a power tool. It's not just glowing, it's emitting light like it's got a built-in flashlight. This spider's glow isn't just for show. It's like having a built-in light bulb that's always on. It's like if your house had a light bulb in your spider form, and it never went out. So in conclusion, this spider is like a glow-in-the-dark superhero. It's got the light, the power, and the ability to navigate without a single light switch. Okay, so the glow-in-the-dark spider is out there, glowing like a disco ball, but then asterisk poof asterisk, it runs out of glow. Now it's just a regular spider, blind in the dark, trying to find its way home like a lost kid in a candy store. It's like when you leave your phone in a dark room and it dies. Now the spider's like, where's my light? I'm not a vampire, I'm a spider. So it's basically a spider with a flashlight that just died. It's like a kid who forgets their flashlight at a campsite. Now it's stuck in the dark, no glow, no light, no way out. But here's the thing, spiders are resilient. They might not glow, but they still have webs, legs, and a brain that's like a spider-shaped calculator. They'll figure it out eventually. So even if the glow goes out, the spider's still a pro. It's not a total disaster. It's just a spider who forgot to charge its glow stick. So you think glow-in-the-dark spiders are like superhero spiders? Nah, they're more like the guy who shows up late to the party, and then just sits in the dark, hoping someone remembers they're there. They glow, but it's not like they're holding a flashlight. It's more like they've got a tiny flickering neon sign that says, I'm here, but I'm not really visible. And here's the kicker, glowing doesn't mean they're seen. It means they're barely seen. Like trying to find a light switch in a room that's already dark. So while they're glowing, they're still pretty much invisible to most things. That's why they're not the top pick for nighttime pet or a Halloween costume. In short, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like the quiet, uncool cousin of the spider world. You don't notice them, but they're still there, doing their thing. So how did humans even figure out glow-in-the-dark spiders exist? Well, it's not like they put up a looking for spiders sign. Probably some scientist was like, hey, these spiders glow in the dark, why is that? How do they not get eaten? Turns out they had to do a whole lot of watching and taking notes. Like, oh look, that spider glows in the dark, but it's not glowing in the dark when there's no light. Wait, that's not possible. But wait, how do they actually use that glow? Well, it's not like they have a map, they're just kind of glowing and moving around like a disco ball in the dark. But somehow they find their way. Scientists had to do a bunch of experiments. Like, what happens if we block the light? Do they get lost? And then they realized, oh, these spiders are using their own glow as a kind of compass. It's kind of like how we use streetlights to navigate, but these spiders are using their own light. It's like having a tiny glowing lantern in your head. Cool, right? So here's the weirdest thing. Some glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow. They just look like glowing spiders because they are sitting on glowing stuff. It's like if you put a glow stick on a rock and then call the rock a glow stick. The spider's not the light. The light's the spider's furniture, so they navigate by feeling around, not by seeing. It's like walking in the dark with your hands up, but with 8 legs and a lot of patience. They use touch, vibrations, and maybe even smell. It's like a spider version of a blindfolded chef trying to cook without seeing. And if they do happen to glow, it's usually because they are eating something that glows. Like a spider that's basically a glow-in-the-dark food critic.